Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Math Buster, where I try to make maths easier for you. Now, a few days back I did a video for undergraduate students. In that video I had discussed what a sequence is and what does its convergence means. I am continuing with that topic in this video. So if you have not seen that video, I'll suggest you please stop here and you have a look at that video first. I'll put a link here and then you come back to this video so that you can understand this better. So I hope you have seen that video and you know what a sequence and what does its convergence means. So in today's video, I will be discussing the proof of monotone convergence theorem. Now this theorem itself is important from examination point of view, no doubt, but this theorem is also important because it is used to prove a lot of other theorems and results. So that is why this theorem is very important. So before proceeding with the statement and proof of this, I would like to define few terms. First is monotone sequences. Now monotone sequences are either increasing or decreasing. Throughout this video, I'll be using this upward arrow sign for increasing and this downward arrow sign for decreasing. These are not the normal notations which we use. I'm just doing that to save the time. Now firstly, let's have a look what an monotone increasing sequence means. A sequence AN is called monotone increasing if this happens. What does this mean? This means that the first member of this sequence is less than equal to second member, is less than equal to third member, and so on. So you can somewhat relate this to the ascending thing you have done in your school. So this means that for any n minus 1th term is always less than or equal to nth term. Similarly, sequence AN is called monotone decreasing if this happens. That is, the first term is greater than equal to second term, is greater than equal to third term, and so on. Somewhat similar to descending thing. Yeah. So we can write it as this: n minus 1th term is greater than equal to nth term. So a monotone sequence means a sequence is either monotone increasing or monotone decreasing. So if anywhere it is mentioned a monotone sequence, AN is a monotone sequence, this means it is either monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing. Now next definition is that of a bounded sequence. Firstly, I would define what is the meaning of bounded above. We say a sequence AN is bounded above if there exists some real number such that every member of that sequence is less than equal to that real number. Simple. Similarly, sequence AN is bounded below if there exists some real number B, suppose, such that every member of that sequence is greater than equal to B. That means it has a lower bound. Now a sequence AN is a bounded sequence if it is either bounded above, or bounded below. So somewhere if it is written that a sequence is bounded, it means it is bounded above and it is bounded below. Sorry, it's not or, it's and. It's bound. It has a lower bound and upper bound. Bounded above and bounded below. So for monotone, a sequence is monotone if it is either increasing or decreasing. But we say a sequence is bounded if it is bounded above as well as bounded below. Now we'll begin with the actual theorem and the proof. The theorem says that if we have a sequence which is both monotone and bounded, then it converges. Now let's see what does it means that if a sequence A is monotone, that means if it is either increasing or decreasing, it can be increasing or decreasing, and bounded, this means it is bounded above and it is bounded below, then it converge. We'll begin with the proof now. So first thing is sequence AN is monotone. So it is either increasing or decreasing. So we have to take two cases. Case 1 where we have to show the proof for a monotone increasing theorem, and second case where we have to consider that sequence AN is monotone decreasing, and then we have to prove that it converges. So I'll do the case 1, and case 2 is very similar. I'll give the outline for the second case so that you can easily do it. So I have taken case 1 where I have assumed AN to be monotone increasing and bounded. Now sequence AN is bounded. This means it is bounded above and bounded below, but here we don't need the bounded below part. So AN is bounded, this means sequence AN is bounded above. What was the definition of bounded above? The definition was that there exists some real number A such that every member of this sequence is less than equal to this A. So if I make a set of all the terms of the sequence, so what is happening? Every member of this set K is less than equal to A. So what is happening? This set K is bounded above. Bounded above by this number A. Now by upper bound property, every set which is bounded above, this will have a least upper bound. So by least upper bound property, what you will get? If it is bounded above, then it has a supremum. Supremum means least upper bound. We'll call that to be alpha. Let alpha be supremum of this set K. I'll again go through. AN is monotonically increasing. We have to use the bounded above part. Bounded above means there exists some real number which is greater than or equal to every member of the sequence. So if I make a set with every member of sequence, what we'll get? We get that this set K is bounded above by this A. Now by least upper bound property, this set will have a supremum or least upper bound. We have called that supremum alpha. Now what we will show that our sequence an converges to this alpha. This is what we have to show now. For your convenience, I will again tell you what does the convergence means. Sequence an converges to alpha if for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists a natural number n0 such that mod of an minus alpha is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to n0. So by this definition we have to begin with arbitrary epsilon, we have to bring some n0 into picture, and we have to show mod of an minus alpha is less than epsilon for this. How we'll do that? So I'll simply write down. Now let us start with any arbitrary epsilon. What we have to show? Now our task is to show existence of n0, which will give us mod of an minus alpha less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to n0. Now our aim is to show this. Now what we have, what was alpha? Alpha was supremum of the set K. If supremum of this set, an, set of all the terms of the sequence. Now if it is supremum, what do we have here? If it is supremum, then alpha minus epsilon can't be supremum. It cannot be an supremum. So this means if this is not supremum of this set, this means there exists some element bigger than this. So there exists some element of K which is bigger than this, because it is not supremum. Now we call that element an naught. So let an naught belong to K such that this an naught is greater than alpha minus epsilon. Our aim was to show existence of n naught. Here we have shown the existence of some number n naught. I'll mark this as 1 because I'll be using it later. Now already I have shown the existence of n naught. We have to show mod of an minus. First part was to show existence, which we have already done. So now we only have to show this part. Now our theorem requires us to prove just this. Every other thing we have done. Now we have already used bounded above. What we have not used is that an is monotone increasing sequence. Whenever I have some n greater than equal to n naught, sequence is monotonically increasing. This implies an is greater than equal to an naught. mention this. It is monotonically increasing. What monotonically increasing means? Since n is greater than or equal to n naught, an will be greater than or equal to an naught. Now this an naught is further greater than alpha minus epsilon by our 1. So what we have got now? We have got that an is greater than or equal to this, which is greater than this. So it is greater than alpha minus epsilon. On what condition? The condition was n greater than or equal to n naught. Use it later. Let's mark it 2. Thirdly, I'll use this. An is element of that sequence. That means an is, it belongs to set K, and alpha is supremum of K. This means an has to be less than or equal to alpha. Simple. This alpha is further less than alpha plus epsilon. Epsilon is a positive quantity. So what we have got here, I'll mark it 3. What we have got from 2 and 3, I've got that RAN is greater than alpha minus epsilon, less than alpha plus epsilon. Condition was whenever n is greater than or equal to n naught. This is nothing but saying mod of an minus alpha is less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to n naught. This is nothing but we have just proved an converges to alpha. The proof is very simple, not tough at all, but you just have to keep track of what we have to prove. So quick review, we had taken the case where an was monotone increasing and bounded. Bounded means bounded above and below. We are using bounded above. Let K be the set of all the elements of the sequence. This set is bounded above. This means it will have a supremum. We have called alpha to be supremum. We'll show that alpha is the limit of our sequence. This is what we have to show. To prove the convergence, this is the definition. An converges to alpha if for every epsilon greater than 0 there is n naught such that this happens. So we have to begin with arbitrary epsilon. We have done that. Let epsilon greater than 0 be arbitrary. We have to show this. The existence of n naught first, and then after n naught is there, we have to show for every n greater than or equal to n naught this happens. Now as alpha is supremum, this means alpha minus epsilon can't be supremum. So there exists some element greater than this. Because it is not supremum, we have called this element as an naught. This an naught is greater than alpha minus epsilon. Now we have shown existence of n naught. Our aim is just to show this. How we have done that? We had to begin with n greater than or equal to n naught, and we have to show mod of an minus alpha is less than epsilon. Okay, so n greater than or equal to n naught, an is monotone sequence. This means an is greater than or equal to an naught. this an naught we have proved is greater than alpha minus epsilon. So what we have got, an is greater than alpha minus epsilon. An belong to the set K, alpha is supremum, so an has to be less than or equal to epsilon. Epsilon, this alpha is less than alpha plus epsilon. So here we have proved an is greater than alpha minus epsilon. Here we have proved an is less than alpha plus epsilon. All this is happening for n greater than or equal to n naught. So we have proved this, which is nothing but showing that sequence an goes to alpha. Now quick outline of second case. Case 2, sequence an is monotonically decreasing and bounded. What happens here? I'll use that sequence an is bounded below. This show existence of some b such that an is greater than or equal to b. K dash be the set of all the elements of the sequence. Then this set is bounded above, bounded below. So this will give you that K dash has a infimum. We'll call it beta. Similarly, like we have done in the previous the case, beta plus epsilon can't be infimum. This will give you some element in the set K dash for which an is less than beta plus epsilon. So for this n, what we have to prove? Mod of an minus beta is less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to n. We'll show sequence an converges to beta. Now for n greater than or equal to n, we'll use this is sequence an is decreasing, which will give you an is less than or equal to an. This an is less than beta plus epsilon. So we get an is less than beta plus epsilon. Now an is member of K dash for which beta is infimum. So we get an is greater than or equal to beta, which is greater than beta minus epsilon. So we get an is greater than beta minus epsilon. This 2 and 3 will give you sequence an converges to beta. Now please do case 2 yourself, and this is just an outline to give you the idea. So guys, I hope this video has helped you in understanding this theorem, and please do like and subscribe my channel and like this video. Thank you so much, and please let me know what other topics you want a video on, so it's easier for me to understand what actually you all need to learn about. Thank you so much. We'll meet you next video. Bye bye.